Good morning, Eric Arnold here in the secondary studio. It is Monday, what is it, April 26th, around probably 9:30 in the morning. And we're here to get you some MLB picks for this Monday. We took a day off yesterday, spent some quality anniversary time with the wife, so that was nice. And we had a losing Saturday. Yet usually one seems to follow the other. In other words, I hardly ever take a day off after a winning day. But it's so much easier to take a day off after you lose. So, Sunday was a day of rest. Speaking of anniversary, I did learn something important, I think, regarding the videos and whatnot as it relates to my wife. Remember how I told you that big old story about how, the 11th anniversary is the steel anniversary, and for the 5th anniversary, which was the iron anniversary, she bought me a case of Iron City beer, which I enjoyed very much. But I thought the steel anniversary, look, I don't want no steel reserve because, it's, malt liquor and it's, I can generally drink just about anything, but, hey, steel reserve just might be a bridge too far. This is what steel reserve looks like, and yes, I did get that. Which makes me think that no, she does not watch these videos. So, fortunately, I only got 4 cans of this, not like a case. 4 cans, I mean, I think these things are basically like $1 a can. So, it's not like, I just can't stand, wasting anything. I hope that didn't show up on the screen as I'm telling that story. I've got a, incoming call here. I made the mistake of telling a internet, website that I was interested in healthcare, and I've talked to no less than like 3-4 different humans saying, "Take me off your list. Take me off your list." I guess I'm going to get calls now till I die, as they try to force sell me health coverage that, at the moment I don't need. So that was foolish of me to do that. But yeah, we get the steel reserve here. I hate wasting stuff, so I'm going to do it at some point. We're going to do it. Oh yeah. That high gravity. What the hell does that mean? I mean, I know the AP or the abbreviation is I can't think of it, evading me, but it's like 8.9% alcohol. So it's like, I know steel reserve from watching my hobo or my Stobe the Hobo videos, that it's like, oh boy. For when you need the most alcohol possible because you're hopping a freight train, steel reserve is the malt liquor for you. Yeah, that kind of maybe they should have that as a commercial. Think about that. When was the last time you saw a steel reserve commercial? You don't see it, so I don't know what that means. All right, so where were we? Saturday. Put that up there. There you go. The one that killed us was the Twins. That team, I don't know what to make of that team at the moment. That does not, until those guys find their bats, they're just not very good. That was a team that got by these past few years, hitting record amounts of home runs, but when they only hit a, league average home run, they're probably just not very good. They don't pitch that well. So they probably don't field that well, considering, I know Buxton's a superstar and he's a good fielder in center, but other than that, if you got all these muscle-bound, sluggers in the lineup, how good are they at catching the ball? Yeah, I don't know. You know, they lost, what was it, Rosario? He went to Cleveland. Was he really that important? I don't know. But they burn us. They burn us hard. We managed to avoid complete disaster there because we had the run line with the Red Sox. They lost that game outright. We were close there to hit the big home run with the Rockies at plus 180. We were close. Just couldn't quite get there. Sanzatella gave up too many runs. But we got 5 off of Aaron Nola and company, which could have been enough had we got a credibly pitched game by the Rockies, but we didn't. So it wasn't a complete, it was a bad night. It wasn't a total disaster, it was a bad night. Let's see, what else? We had a new subscriber here, Walter Long, coming aboard. I think we've now, I think, you know, we've been holding our own around the 3. I almost view this as like a stock. It's like the number of subscribers that we have. So, you know, the Big E Sports Barn channel, our stock has been kind of flat here for the past 3-4 weeks as we transition into baseball. And we're flushing out the last of the politics barn people that, you know, could give a shit about sports. You know, those people, I guess they go through their subscriptions once every 6 months or so and say, what's this? I haven't been to this guy's channel in 6 months. What? Baseball? Nah. You know, they're all Trump people anyway, so they hate baseball. So, you know, I'm sure as soon as they see I'm talking about baseball, you know, they kick me out, which is fine. You know, I don't begrudge them that. You know, I've made my peace with, for the moment, with the wokeness of MLB. You know, I like baseball too much to, you know, throw it over because they have bad management. But, you know, it's not the first time baseball's had bad management. Back in the non-woke days, you remember Mountain Kennesaw Landis, you know, out and out racist. You know, let's play, and he's the guy. You know, I guess they credit him for punishing the Black Sox, the gamblers that threw, or the baseball players that threw the 1919 World Series with gamblers. So Landis punished them, but then of course he kept the black players out of the league for probably way longer than they should have been. You know, he was a complete racist. He was a Southern dude that just, screw those black guys. We're not letting them in. You know, if you had a more enlightened commissioner in there, they might have had black players in the 20s instead of the 40s. But I don't know where I was going with that. But yeah, baseball's had bad management for a long time. So nothing new there. Anyway, where were we? I guess we're going to give you some games. We got a lot of games here. 7, I think. 7? Maybe 8. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Got 7 games here. So let's get to it. Let's get to it before I fall asleep. I've kind of reached the point now where I'm mostly asleep during the day. And these are just a few hours. I'm happy to be conscious. And I'm awake all night long. And my sleep cycle is so screwed up, I can barely string 6 hours of wakefulness together at one time. So we're not quite in a rhythm yet. We're still trying to feel that out. Well, the model likes this Twins game, and you know the aforementioned Twins. It likes it a lot more than I like it. Let's put it that way. I don't think this is. It just the price is wrong. You know, if the Twins are what 7-13 or something, they're pretty significantly under 500, and we're not getting that. You know, it's not like I've got DeGrom going or something. I've got some guy named Berrios. You know, that's not. And I looked up his record. You know, it's like the old history of the world. You know, Dom DeLuise. Nice, nice, not thrilling, but nice. You know, it's not thrilling. And Plesac, I think, is pretty good. In fact, if you put a gun to my head, I'd say Plesac's better than Berrios. But like I said, the model thinks this game is a can't miss, don't worry about it, just play it thing. I marked it down to a 1-star game. I'm not buying it. The way the Twins burned us this weekend, yeah, I can't do it. I can't go there. Maybe the Twins all they need are a change of venue. Get out of Minneapolis and go play somebody else. I don't know. But we'll take them for 1 star. That's it, 1 star. Yankees, 1 star here. I mean, again, the price is pretty steep. The Yankees are playing better. Another bad game for them, though, Sunday. I'm looking up and down that lineup in the box score, and it's like, well, this guy's hitting under 200. That guy's hitting under 200. This team's bad enough that they think it's a good idea to have Rugna and Odor in their lineup. I mean, think about that. This is a guy, I think, who averages under 200. And so what usefulness is this player? That's how bad the Yankees are. And again, here I am arguing against my picks. So I think I probably should tell us that's like college basketball all over again. Why are we playing this game? I'm looking at it. I mean, I'm really trying to figure this one out. Go to the notes. The notes might help us. The notes, the Yankees have played well in Camden Yards. This is true. They have played well in Camden Yards. That is true. So some of these guys like Torres, who hasn't done anything yet, maybe he'll see Camden Yards and go, I remember I used to hit lots of home runs here. So that's possible. The Orioles stink too. I mean, I don't think they're quite as bad as they used to be. That some of these newer or younger players are better than the dreck they were rolling out there. But, this is a team that has Maikel Franco and Freddie Galvis in the starting lineup. And I know from Philadelphia experience, these guys get you beat. They are not good players. They are just, they're the guys that no one else wants. They're the guys that just get, Maikel Franco, think about that. Kansas City is an up-and-coming team. And did they re-sign Franco? No, they didn't want him. Why? Well, they know they could do better. So, and again, where's Kansas City? At the top of the standings right now. So that's where I would say, about that. But, so we're going to take the Yankees. I think, at the end of the year, I'm going to be very surprised if the Yankees and the Orioles are within 10 games of each other. I expect the Yankees at some point here to start playing better. They just have too much talent. And it's just, I just expect these guys to start hitting the ball a little bit, and they have hit a lot of home runs in Camden Yards, and that is where they're playing tonight, and they are facing Matt Harvey, a guy they very well might be able to square up. So we're going to go ahead and say the Yankees are going to put some over the fence tonight, and we're going to take them at a pretty stiff price, but we're only putting 1 star on it. All right, A's, Rays. I think we're getting paid here to take a shot with the Rays. They're a good home team. I think the Rays, that's a team that hasn't quite found its stride yet. The A's coming off, they just closed out a 13-game winning streak. I like playing against teams that have just dropped a streak because I think then they just go, and just take maybe a 3 or 4 day hiatus to goof around and relax, and it's like, all right, we we just played a really good 2-3 weeks of baseball. We drop a couple games now, fine. You know, we're not going to win them all. Everyone knows that. So you lose a couple, no one cares. It's you know, nice place to take a mental break, if you will. So I think the Rays might be a nice spot here. Like Rich Hill, I think he does exactly what the Rays want. You know, he's going to give them 4 good innings, and then they turn it over to the bullpen. These bullpen games that are now becoming so prevalent, I think those are winners. I mean, it just seems to me that you look at some of these games and a team has thrown 6 pitchers. A lot of these are wins. I think it's hard for these hitters where they go up there and there's nothing to adjust off of that they see. And some of these relievers, it's like this revolving conveyor belt of dudes. You don't even see these guys. It's like, okay, this guy, I think I faced him like twice ever, you know, and then he's gone. You know, where did he go? Well, he flash in the pan. He had his, 80 innings and poof, you know, either he got hurt or he just couldn't, you know, the hitters figured him out or whatever. But there's nothing to adjust against in these bullpen games. And, you know, the Rays, I think, get a lot of mileage out of that stuff. So kind of think this might be a spot here for the Rays. Marlins Brewers is one of our top plays, if not the top play. Still think there's value there with the Marlins. Don't think that's that bad of a team. They got down yesterday in the getaway day to the Giants, and they still didn't give up. You know, they were still battling right there to the end. The pitcher that got going tonight, he's been really good. You know, he hasn't quite been Burns good. That Burns guy, I guess, leads the league in everything right now. Strikeouts, ERA, yeah, which is kind of, I guess, what we're doing here. It's like, all right, we don't believe it. You know, go ahead. We're going to play against you. We say you regress. This is a regress. You're regressing to something, the mean or whatever. I don't care where he regresses to, just so he regresses. I think Rogers, he might regress too, but he's pitched pretty well so far this year. So I think we're definitely getting value at plus 160. Plus, I think this is a nice spot for the Brewers to take a break. They're coming off a long road trip. At least a 7-game road trip, I'm thinking, maybe more. They were in San Diego. They played great there. They went to Chicago. They played good there. Took 2 out of 3 from the division-hated Cubs. So I think this is nice. You know, they get there and they say, yeah, we just beat the Cubs 2 out of 3 in Chicago. We're in first place. We're in first place by more than a game. Hey, man, we're great. And we're doing all this without Christian Yelich. Everything's cool. Everything's cool. Everything is just cool for us. So I think it's a good spot for them to just kind of take a break. And, you know, here come the forgettable Marlins. And, you know, why would anybody have an interest in playing them? So, you know, I think this could be a good spot for the Marlins to sneak in there and steal one. Especially this first one. So we're looking for the Marlins there at plus 160. Cards, Phillies. Oh, I mean, the Phillies just don't play well on the road right now. This edition of the Phillies, this Bryce Harper edition of the Phillies, think about this. That guy is playing well right now, Bryce Harper. He is playing really well. He is doing everything I've ever said that, you know, this team, you know, it's like, what do they need to do? Well, Bryce Harper needs to play like an MVP if this team's ever going to get out of its own way. And as much as I don't want to say I hate to admit it, I'm trying to like Bryce Harper. Let's put it that way, because I'm married to this guy for another 10 years. God damn it! So I want to not, come on, Bryce Harper, don't make me hate you. And right now, he's doing everything he can to make me like him. He's playing great, and the Phillies still stink. So I don't know what that says. How the rest of this team must be that bad. And you look at it and you say, yeah, this is not good. This is getting, 0 out of the other outfielders not named Bryce Harper. Getting pretty much 0 out of our middle infielders. Middling production out of the first baseman. Plays lousy defense. The catcher, we're paying him a ton of money. He hasn't really produced a hell of a lot yet. The pitching's been pretty average. The bullpen has been pretty crummy. So it's just not a very good team. And the Cardinals, I just think, are better. Here comes another one of these overrated starters for the Phillies and Zach Wheeler. And, the Cardinals play well at home. I mean, Wainwright, he's always just a little better than you think he is. I think you're getting a decent price here, even money, for the Cardinals at home against the not very good on the road Phillies, the overrated Phillies. Yeah, I think we can go ahead here with the Cardinals. So we'll take 2 stars there. This is kind of a freelance play. The next one here, the Mariners. We've been okay with these freelance plays. What I mean by that is my little model really doesn't say do that. It just says we don't. The model just, I don't have an opinion about this play, but I think we're getting paid here to go ahead with the Mariners. And the Mariners have played well so far, and I don't think it's they play. I can remember a spell. I think back, was it 19? Last full season before the world ended, where they had gotten off to a really good start, and I remember thinking, it's like, I don't see this. I don't. I remember they had the square guy, the block, Vogelbach. This guy, he looks like a block. He just, cube man, and he's smashing home runs, and it just didn't seem like it was sustainable. It's like, I don't think this guy's that good. It just seems like this guy's gotten hot, and for whatever reason, they're not pitching around him or haven't found his weaknesses yet, of which I'm sure there's more than a few. And then, of course, that's what happened. The Marlins, or the Mariners, then went up the track and were never heard from again, and ended up losing 90 to 100 games. This feels different. This feels different. It's just like, there's guys there that are younger, that are starting to come into their prime, or are just new. This Ty France, Haniger, J.P. Crawford, he's been around a while, and now he's finally starting to, become a solid starter. It just feels different with this Mariners team. They're getting some decent pitching. This guy going tonight, Sheffield, he's young, but he's got some pedigree. Comes, I think, out of the Yankees organization. So they're winning. They played hard. They lost Sunday, but they played hard at Fenway. They got down early because their pitcher couldn't throw a strike, but then they hung in there. They kept the game close. They didn't just lose 10-3. They hung in there. Almost stole it at the end. So I think the Mariners are definitely a live dog here at plus 153. So we'll go ahead and try to hit a nice little price here with them for 1 star. And then lastly, we got the Rockies. Another 3-star game here. The model really likes these games here where we're trying to fade the Giants, get a nice price off of them. How to say this? Again, are the Giants really a 100-win team? I mean, right now everything's going groovy for them. But man, you know, that would be a shock of all shocks if the Giants end up at the 100 wins. Just don't know that they're that good. Um, I think they're better than people think, but are they that good? So, you know, the Rockies, not a great road team, but it's a divisional game, so the Rockies have some familiarity with, what do they call it place now? I don't even know. The place out there by the Cove, whatever. Old New Candlestick Park, I'll call it that. How about that? What's Candlestick Park? People under 50. There's no, let's face it, no one watching this video is under 50. So I'm not even going to explain it. And if you don't know what Candlestick Park is, look it up. So at any rate, we're going to try to hit a price there with the Rockies at plus 150. So our top plays, that's the Marlins and the Rockies. And then, you know, other than that, we like the Cardinals. I like that Mariners pick. I like that. Yeah, it's like the bottom half of the card. We like that better than the top half of the card, I'll tell you that. So let's see what happens. Good. It's nice to be back. We'll see if we can get the week off to a running start here. Our record slightly below 500. Our top picks are okay. Our top picks are okay. We're trying to, you know, be a little more selective here. We'll see how that goes. Good, great. Let me get this up. Thanks for being here. Thanks to anyone new that subscribed. I think I forgot to say salute to Walter Long. There, I always say that. Salute Walter Long, you know, our newest subscriber. And great. Hit the like button. Very good. See you later.